Hey everyone, Total MTG here and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about possibly the greatest format in Magic the Gathering. Well, it is for me anyway, and that is Commander, also known as EDH, Elder Dragon Highlander. So today, thanks to Wizards of the Coast who are sponsoring this video, really thankful to them for doing that for me, and it helps me introduce maybe to new players who don't even know what Commander is, basically the basic rules of what Commander is all about, or older players that have maybe thinking of dipping their toe into the greatest format ever known as Commander. So this is a great time to do this video with. On November the 20th, Commander Legends will be released, and this is a very exciting new set that can hopefully bolster up all our older players. All of these new Commander cards coming in, and this is a great time for new players of the game to join as well. We're getting some really cool borderless Planeswalkers, extended art cards, foil etched legends as well. Look at those legends there. Look at old Prosh. Prosh is a great commander. Some may not like it, but it is a great commander. So what is Commander? I've already said, for me, it's clearly it's just the best format in Magic the Gathering. The best way to play Commander for me is usually with around 4 players, although you can play with 3 and you can play with more. But for me, the perfect amount of players for the right time of the amount of game as well is 4 players. Now, obviously, it's a very tactical game. It's not just like in Standard where you're just attacking one person and try and get their loaf title down. Commander involves game politics, perhaps making friends with your opponents so they don't attack you and everything like that. It's a real fun format and can lead to some hilarious shenanigans. What you have to do to start off with any type of Commander deck is choose your Commander. Now this will be a legendary creature, or occasionally there is a Planeswalker or 2 that can be your Commander, but generally it is a legendary creature. You have to build a deck around this creature. Now, the total amount of cards in your deck will be 100. One of those will be including your Commander, so you have to pick 99 other cards to fill up your deck. Now, it's a singleton format, so you can only allow 1 of each apart from basic lands. So, basic lands, you can have as many of each as you want, but other lands, maybe such as Breeding Pool or maybe Overgrown Tomb, you're only allowed 1 of each of them. And that goes the same for every spell and every creature in your deck. Now, once you look at your Commander, say your Commander is Kalia of the Vast, a very strong, powerful creature that wants its deck built around it with angels, demons and dragons, a very exciting card. And if you have a look at the top of the card, the colours on the card are 1 generic, a red, a white and a black. Now every card in your deck must either be these colours, so it has to only contain cards of red, white, black or colourless in your deck. Whether that deck be spells, whether it means creatures, whether it means anything else. Artifacts are obviously colourless, but can be of a certain colour as well. But everything has to be built around the colours of your Commander. So if you're going to be playing Commander, it's a little bit different to what you may be used to in Standard or Modern or anything like that, because you start with a life total of 40 instead of 20. Your Commander doesn't start in your opening hand, and it doesn't start on the battlefield. It starts in what's known as a Commander Zone, and it will sit there until you can play your Commander. So like I said, with Kalia, you will have to cast 1 generic, a red, a white and a black, and that is the only way you can cast your Commander. Now, what happens if your Commander goes on the battlefield and dies or gets exiled? Well, then you will move it back to your command zone. But to play it a second time, you will have to pay 2 extra mana. And this will happen every single time that your Commander dies or somehow gets put in exile. You will always have to pay that additional Commander tax. So if it dies the first time and then you want to recast it, it will then cost you 3 generic and then the red, the white and the black, and so on and so on. Each time it dies, you have to keep adding 2 until it becomes absolutely impossible to play sometimes. That's what can happen. So it's very interesting that you might want to pick your Commander with a low CMC cost. So maybe, you know, a Commander that's only 1 and 1 other colour. That is another way to play. If you're playing with something as crazy as maybe Ulamog, where it costs 10 to cast. The next time that dies, or well, puts in exile, it will then cost you 12 mana. There's also something called commander damage. So whereas everyone starts their life total on 40, everyone has commander damage as well, and that is slightly less. And the object of that is that when your commander does damage to your opponent, they do not only combat damage and takes their life total down, but they also do commander damage. And this is a quicker way to win a game. But be careful, because everyone, obviously, if they're seeing your commander do lots of damage, they will tend to pick on you and hopefully kill your commander. There are so many different ways you can build commander decks, and at totally different budgets as well, which is what makes the game absolutely the best for me. You can literally build any type of strategy you like, whatever you prefer, whatever is the way you play, whatever colours you like can choose your commander and help you play that way as well. You can build token decks, big stompy decks, maybe aggro mono red decks where you play a commander like Perforus, who is super strong, who sits there as indestructible and does damage to all your opponents as tokens come in for you or creatures come in for you, and it pings the whole board. But be careful with that one, because that one really does focus the damage onto yourself, because everyone will see it and just say, we will take that person out first. But it's still a very, very fun way to play. Commander Legends is going to be a super fun set for Commander players. You're going to have the collector boosters and the draft boosters, and like I said, you can get some fancy art cards as well. But it's not all about that. It is about having fun in this format. It's about building decks that you like. Maybe you've got a standard deck and you want to expand on it, turn it into a singleton deck. You like playing the token decks. You like playing a certain way, you like playing with control decks, and that is the way you can actually build your commander. It's completely up to you. If you like mill, build a mill deck. I built one, it was dirty and it played really, really well. But there's so many possibilities in Commander, which is quite simply what makes it the greatest Magic the Gathering format there is. So this is a small introduction to hopefully new players that are looking to get into Commander with the release of Commander Legends, or just for, people that have been playing for a while and then thinking, shall I play Commander? My answer to you is a big resounding yes. Please give this game a go. It's the best format in the world and you will have so much fun playing it. And just want to say big thanks again to Wizards for sponsoring this video. And if you enjoyed it, of course, give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. It all helps out. My name's Matt from Total MTG. You lot take care and I'll see you on the next video.